fastest standing in the world, and we know it. You got the power of the purse, it's time to show it. Sunrise knows it's time.
On July 23, 2020, the RBA Governor, Phil Lowe, informed his audience that 1. The Reserve Bank's balance sheet has increased from around $180 billion prior to the pandemic to around $280 billion today, and further increases are expected over coming months. 2. Among other things, it has used its balance sheet to purchase $50 billion of government bonds, which has controlled yields in the targeted maturities. He claimed this was viewed as credible by market participants. What other choice have the participants got? The RBA has the power, not them. 3. There is also a broad understanding that the RBA is prepared to use its balance sheet in whatever quantity is needed to maintain the target. In other words, it will keep interest rates and bond yields where it wants, and will use its currency capacity to achieve that objective, irrespective of what the market participants might desire. And at this point, the governor became political and defensive. He said,
I would now like to address one idea for the use of the Reserve Bank's balance sheet that I sometimes hear. That is, we should use it to create money to finance the government. A variant of this idea is that the central bank should just deposit money in every single bank account in the country. This is sometimes known as helicopter money, because before we had an electronic payment system, the idea was that banknotes could simply be dropped by helicopter and the public would spend them. For some, this idea is seen as a way of avoiding financing constraints. It's seen as holding out the offer of a free lunch of sorts. The central bank, unlike any other institution in the country, is able to create money, and the resource costs of creating that money are negligible. So the argument goes, if the government needs money to stimulate the economy, the central bank should simply create it in the public interest. The reality, though, is there is no free lunch. The tab always has to be paid, and it's paid out of taxes and government revenues in one form or another.
He said the RBA just credits bank accounts to facilitate government spending. The offsetting asset might be an IOU from the government to be paid in the future. Right pocket of government issuing IOUs to the left pocket. So how is this not a free lunch?
Thank you for watching.
Got to spend to save the world, and we know it. This is standing in the world, and we know it. Someone tell Jill Stein.